today I'm going to start a new video. The theme we have been given by my higher power, um, which I think I'm implementing in Lowell as Limbic System Therapy. And I'm telling my patients, because I personally feel all the fancy words is just for people who uh, need more convincing, but actually our heart knows the truth. So instead of logic, be magical, and that way you can listen. But like this is for people who want a little bit understanding. Limbic system therapy, the way I explain to my patient is we have a rhino brain, okay, rhinocephala. Okay, we have a rhino brain that likes to always go to a campsite that is maintained by hippo. So it's a hippo's campsite it visits. Okay, that's because that's the only memory it has. And the hippocampus is the maintenance of memory. In India, we call them siddham. Siddha means the feelings we create. It's an emotional brain. Okay, the emotional brain doesn't need logic, but unfortunately, the logical brain needs to be convinced before emotions can be expressed. So that's the way we are programmed in this world. So to understand that, how do we create memories that's sweet so we can have a better relationship, whether it's inside or outside? So what relationship we hold inside is how we express ourselves outside, and that's how we'll perceive us. So if we have a sweetest relationship inside, we will come across very, very easy. If we have the sweetest memories we hold of many events, it makes us to be easy to be around. But whereas if it is the other way around, it is difficult when you express it as depression or anxiety or whatever it is. Okay, so the hippocampus, to hang out there, the rhino has to be trained, right? Like you want to be a good guy, so you can use the campsite properly. So the hippo is like kind of the guidance counselor for the campsite. And there is another part of the brain that creates survival instinct called amygdala. It's a reptilian brain. It's the alligator brain. So the alligator brain, the way it works is that's where we have personality or perception issues, where if we perceive the other person, like even though we are feeling angry inside, instead of taking ownership of that anger, somebody comes in front and you say, "You made me angry." So that allows the alligator to bite on another person and people leave them alone. So those are typical of personality issues, especially borderline personality. They borderline between neurotic and psychotic. So if you understand these coordinates, right, and then reset. So like I tell my clients that if in case you are in a Disneyland and you have a pond, that's the amygdala pond, right? There is alligators there. If you're just watching it from the park bench, you have no problem, right? But when you want to dangle your feet in the water and the alligator captures your feet and you are not strong enough to swim away, you do need to worry. So you need to really understand, like, what is the perceived danger versus where you're sitting, and whether you to, like, create a skill words or skill set so you don't get reeled into the alligator bites. So if you understand all this, this is limbic system therapy. So limbic system does not exist only in the brain. It will exist in every part of networking tissue, which is lymphatic. Lymphatic is the energy centers for the brain. So we have lymphatics, which is controlled with cannabinoid receptor 2 in the brain. And that's why, like, CB2 receptors, we reset to get rid of the emotional brain issues. And also we have CB1 receptor, endocannabinoid receptor. These are all under the hair follicle. That's why Shiva, who is in the breathing space, is the inspiration, the first breath we take to come alive. And whenever we withdraw life, the exhalation, the expiration becomes Shava, which is dead body, like whether it's a dead space or So it's the space we hold as being alive or dead that matters. So in India, the space is called Kasha. So it's either Mahakasha, which is the cosmic consciousness, or Parakasha, ultimate consciousness space, or Siddhakasha, which is the memory we hold or in that space that makes us feel we are zoned in to that memory. Okay. So these are all like fancy stuff. So that's the limbic system therapy in like the broad overview. With that, my higher power, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is releasing an app called NLighten. It is word in with lighten, and it's available from Nithyananda University. We are going to be the expanded campus for global Veda Pathasala, which is cosmic laws called Vedas. So to understand what is the ultimate reality versus the perceived reality, so that we can, like, maneuver our thought process. So they have put together this oneness capsule, just like how the world is maintained by a law. Cosmic law is maintained by time himself a lot of times. So that's the time capsule, right? So this year, my higher power, Paramahamsa Nithyananda, is using oneness capsule. Like in the time capsule, we are trying to achieve the oneness capsule. So we'll be in that space of oneness. So our call, all our agenda, we can help each other to achieve it. That's very easy to understand. So for that, as my center in Holliston, we have been given like privileges. Like I'm sure everybody will get this when it goes, like, right now, like, some people are able to download, some not. You need to have an Android app right now with Google Play to play that NLighten App, but anybody has access to it. So I'm just going to make it easy for people who do not have access. So for this oneness capsule, I think he put together hundreds of videos. So you choose the one your soul is called to, and then you expand on it. And the reason I chose this Paramahamsa Oneness Initiation Shodasi, Shoda, Shoda is 16, Shodasi is Asi is me, my identity I hold in the cosmic consciousness as my zone. Okay. So in that, there are 15 identities we can hold with different aspects. But the 16th one is a secret. It's not easily revealed, because when I went to the Sadashiva home 2016, I asked my teacher, because I was told by my spirit guide, Varahi, who is the um, female consort for time capsule. Okay. Meaning, like, she's the energy center that creates harmony in the biomemory. So the mind center has to be in harmony with the body, which has to be in harmony with the breathing space, right? So there are three entities. So the breathing space, and the mind center, which is called biomemory, and the muscle memory, it's called bio energy. Biomemory, muscle memory, biomemory, bioenergy is the breathing space. These three coordinates have to operate together in harmony for this oneness capsule to revolve seamlessly. Okay, this is the way I understand. So when I asked him the question, because in India we call it Shri Yantra, which is our biomemory, our brain, and then the muscle memory, I think, is Giri chakra, and then Gaya chakra, which is the Ananda Gandha. It all has to be in harmony to shift together. When I asked my teacher the question, and he said to learn more about how the energy expresses itself. It's called Shakta, Shakta. Shakta is one form of understanding cosmic law, because you can understand it very differently. Like people who want to build their energy and stuff, they do body workout and stuff and yoga, and that pathway is different. Biomemory is mind control, mindfulness, and all the other stuff, and creating harmony, like, overcoming challenging thinking. So, thinking for a change. So, thinking, shifting the behavior, and coming into breathing space. So, my focus is to create a space of sweetness, just like a mother would so they can engage with my space. So when they come home, they'll feel at home in my space. So this is my agenda. So I picked this Shodasi because the 16th syllable is secret. Originally, I used to work with Kleem, Bija, Padamik, Yuktam, Shaktistu, Bhuvaneshwari. We have 52 sacred body pieces, which we need to bring it into harmony for muscle memory to be reset. And that's why the DNA vibration is 54. In India, 55th space when we reach is where you come into harmony. So the 54 is false identification of ourselves, and the 55th space, pure breathing space, is the way harmonizing. And these are all like, I have been doing some work on. So in the past, I used to, and so for that 54 piece to come into harmony, the beej is like a secret code word that will unlock these energies is called clean. And actually, I have it in my t-shirt, the clean. And because these words you do not utter, I don't know that you guys were able to see it. And these you just visualize. The minute it is in your space, you activate it. That's how, like, these are some of the prayer rings and some prayer wheels, prayer flags. So our body is a mandala. Mandala is like a tool that activates all this just by our breathing space. People, when they come in contact with us, they kind of like get the same perception shift, like that happens inside me, right? We can influence, like, so the way I understand is there are three R's. You resolve to take a stance, and then resoluteness, you work with law and what is morally fair, and then you achieve leadership, which is reality. You manifest the reality of what you want for yourself and others. Okay, three R's: resolution, resoluteness, reality. And my teacher talks it as how to kill inner demons. So that's like an Indian way he says it, which is how I translated it to three R. And if you guys want more information, definitely I can put in a video. So in this video, the reason I'm bringing is because originally I was watching the clean as my secret code word. So I feel I have achieved harmony in the earth, because Bhuvan means earth. So to become leadership in that earth fields, I need to develop that skill that is taught by clean, taking away the illusion. Only three things: pride, remove the pride, and remove the jealousy, and remove the illusion. So the earth is where you can become a leader and manifest your reality. That's what I was working on in the past. And this year, and I think since like 2 years, Swamiji is focusing on that Shivoham process. I decided to get on the same because I want to be a true reflection of him. I'm his shadow. So because of that, the Shodasi, I shifted, because originally I was with the Varahi, and then I shifted to Shodasa mantra. And the Shodasi this year I am going to get into is the time capsule, oneness capsule. And for that, when I was watching this, he reveals each one. And one of the things he said was, for Shiva's energy, Shiva Bijam, Vishnu is the Shakti. Because each Bij is like the seed word, where the core of the energy is kept. So that becomes your truth when you voice. So each person, whatever they are working on, can shift what they want to manifest. And since I am going to manifest the same thing my teacher is working on, which is Shivoham process. So he says, I hold the same space like him. He holds the same space like Shiva. So I want to be an inspiration. And for that, he says, to be an inspiration, you need to follow the energy of Vishnu, who is um, the the cosmic law, putting it into action in your daily life. Okay? Vishnu Tattva. The Tattva is Vishnu's cosmic consciousness. He's a pervasive consciousness. So in the consciousness space, to be in the same space like him. So for that, my exercise today is to watch this video and tell people where is the start of what he's saying, where it finishes, and how did it become reality in me. Okay. And because I was looking for the 16th syllable that will complete my brain process for the next year, which is limbic system therapy, right? So I'm going to say how I arrived at that. Shiva's Bijam is Vishnu's Shakti. And I'm going to play this video and I'll put in the link. When it starts, he will go through this process. It's all about different bijas he expresses. It's amazing to watch. Not much talking. And it's 19.27 video. And I'm going to bring you to the space where he says Shiva. And bring, let's see, after 13 I'll go. Okay. These are all different bijas. Then he'll explain. So that is the Shodasa. He revealed all 16, and I'm going to go back to where exactly he reveals the secret of Shiva. So if you hear, so at 6.28 he says Shivo Bijam Vishnu Sakti. I'm going to increase the volume because for each Bijam he reveals what is the power. So if you want a power to be inspirational, then Vishnu is the Shakti, like to be correct in our behavior. And because being Vishnu is about integrity. If you're integrated to what you want to achieve, you'll be able to manifest reality. So I'm going to replay this. He starts this process at 6:18, I think. I'm going to go back and see exactly, and I'm going to make it bigger, the volume, so you guys can follow along. Let's say 6:09. Okay. आनंदम बीजम आनंदवर्ग शक्ति शिवो बीजम विष्णु शक्ति Shivo Bijam Vishnu Shakti. That's the space I'm going to work, which is Limbic System therapy for next year. And so you start the video. I think I try to start a little bit earlier, so it's 6:09. And it ends at 6:29. Okay, so that 20-second, if you watch what I said as an essence of his teaching, will be revealed to you, which is my homework today, and that would create the sweetest memory of being in the cosmic consciousness. So I am completing my homework today, and I hope I'll become the campus to do the Mahasada Home 2018. I have requested. If online it's available, I'll definitely share with you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. And I love the way sun kisses me to make sure, I got a blessing.